If the corruption in an area is not fought back by players, how far can the corruption grow?
That's a very good question. There are certain effects that can happen in a world that does not have a proper response from the player population. And that's the whole idea behind, these events that can happen that, feel like these are natural world progression events. If corruption starts to show itself as a response, as a pushback to the player's development of nodes in the world itself, there are certain things that can happen, such as the spawning of dragons or hordes of zombies that are going to come out and attack those installations,
That's
those
cool.
nodes, those points of interest, and players that don't.
So the corruption is basically like the PvE mechanic of the game, where there has to be constant maintenance of it, or else it's going to get out of hand and then you're just going to get overrun by some crazy zombie or, like they said, dragon.
Communities that don't respond to those in an effective way might see the disabling of certain services, the reduction of certain quest lines for particular organizations. The idea is to keep this as part of a believable living response from the world. So those
that's really cool, because it also ensures that communities work together, right? Like if the corruption's about to overtake your node or your village that you've been building up with your guild or stuff, like you're all going to want to group together to fight off that corruption in some way. I'm not sure how that's going to be done, but it's cool that it involves the community.
Effects that can happen for the community.
It's not just a one-person thing.
Bacon, you're gonna have fun making all those environments for as they.
We already started.
I know.
we have a few of them right now in Alpha 1. Yeah,
Nice.
this looks
That's
great.
really cool.
Yeah, that element looks
How the
amazing.
environment will change with
Yeah.
the corruption
If you guys
too.
look back, I think a few streams ago we showed some of the hotbed area, and that's an example of how corruption starts seeping into the world as a starting point, right? And there's going to be abilities for that to progress and move forward and activate spawners of certain types of enemies around a node, and get players to respond to that.
Wow.
Yep.
I think that means in some cases you would want the corruption to spread, right? Do you think that there's going to be that faction of people that want the corruption to grow and spawn because they can fight certain mobs or get certain items from it?